Hello learners, welcome. In Form 2 previously, Lesson 11, we were dealing with the balancing a chemical equation. We were talking about the procedures of balancing a chemical equation. In our Lesson 12, we are going to do examples or how to balance chemical equations. So we are going to start with example 1. We are told write the following word equations into balance the chemical equations. So we are given word equation. We are having lead plus oxygen. We are going to get lead 2 oxide. Remember, lead is one of the elements that have got variable valences. We are having lead 2 and we are having lead 4. If you come across a compound like this, lead 2 oxide, lead is the one that's having this 2, so this will be the valence of this lead. Okay, we know oxygen has a valence of 2. The first step, we are going to write first of all our element in the reactant side. Lead is written BB. Lead, we are going to write B. Lead is solid. Then we are reacting with oxygen. Oxygen is a gas because remember we said there are elements that exist as molecules, such include oxygen, chlorine, and so on and so forth. So to write lead 2 oxide, we are supposed to remember the formulas, or the way that we were doing writing formulas. We are supposed to have first of all the elements. Then next we are supposed to know the valence of lead. The valence of lead is 2 there. Then the valence of oxygen is 2. If you interchange, that means you're going to get 2 2. Then there's a common factor you divide. That means the formula for that lead 2 oxide will be BbO. Then it will be solid. So this equation is not balanced because I have 2 oxygen here on the reactant side, but I have 1 oxygen, so I will make 2. I have to put the least mutable. Okay, here the number of lead is 2, but here is still 1, so I put 2 to balance it. So we go to number 2, magnesium plus nitrogen. We are going to get magnesium nitrogen. So magnesium is written Mg, that's solid, plus nitrogen gas, it's written N2 because nitrogen is a diatomic gas. Then we are going to get magnesium nitride. Magnesium has a valence of 2. The nitrogen is number 7, it has a valence of 3. So if we interchange, we are going to get our compound as magnesium nitride like that, and this is solid. We have to balance it by putting 3 there. We have 3 magnesium, 2 nitrogen, and 2 nitrogen. So when a metal reacts with nitrogen, we are going to get metal nitride. Number 3, we are having sodium plus chlorine. So sodium is written Na, solid, plus chlorine is a gas. So we are going to have Cl2 gas. Here we are going to get sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is written NaCl. This is solid. So we balance this equation by putting 2 on the side of sodium and 2 in the side of sodium chloride. So when a metal reacts with chlorine, we get metal chloride like that. So next we are going to go calcium. Calcium is written Ca, that is solid, plus water. Water is written H2O. This is liquid. So here we are going to get calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Remember, calcium hydroxide is a radical, so the valence of calcium is 2, the valence of hydroxide radical is 1. So if you interchange, I'll get 1, I'll get 2 there. So to write, I'm going to have like that. So calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. So let's balance this equation. It's not balanced, so we're going to have 2 here to balance the equation, and we are going to leave it like that. Next, you have to know when a metal reacts with water, we get metal hydroxide and also hydrogen gas as our products. Then next, we are going to go to E, magnesium plus steam. So we are going to write magnesium Mg, solid. Steam is just water, but it is in the gaseous form. We are going to get metal oxide. That means magnesium oxide is written MgO because the valence of magnesium is 2. The one for oxygen is 2. They have gone together. Then balance hydrogen gas. Remember, this equation is not balanced. So we are going to check. It is self-balanced. 1 magnesium, 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, 1 oxygen. So it's self-balanced. We are going to move. So remember, when a metal reacts with steam, we get metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Next, we get zinc plus sulfuric acid. Zinc is solid, and sulfuric acid is written H2SO4. This is aqueous. So we are going to get zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So this equation 2 is also balanced like that. We go next, sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid. Sodium hydroxide is written NaOH, aqueous. Then plus hydrochloric acid, HCl, aqueous. Here we are going to get sodium chloride, aqueous, and also water. So this equation is also self-balanced. Remember, when a base reacts with an acid, we get salt and also water. Next, we are going to have lead oxide. That's lead 2 oxide, BbO, solid, plus we are having nitric 5 acid. So it's written like this, nitric 5 acid, aqueous. So we are going to get here lead 2 nitrate. It is written like this, aqueous. then we are going to get water. Water is liquid. So to balance it, we are going to put there. It's now balanced like that. Next, we are going to have carbon, which is solid, plus oxygen, which is a gas. We are going to get carbon dioxide. So it's written CO2 like that, gas. The equation is self-balanced like that. Okay, thereafter we are going to go to example J. Because we are done with I, we go J. So J, we are having calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid. We get calcium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. So calcium carbonate is written CaCO3. It's solid, plus hydrochloric acid, aqueous. So here we are going to get calcium chloride as CaCl2 aqueous. We are going to get plus water, H2O liquid, plus carbon dioxide, CO2 gas. To balance it, we are going to put 2 there. It will become self-balanced like that. Next, we are going to have potassium hydrogen carbonate. It's written like this: potassium hydrogen carbonate, solid, reacting with the nitric 5 acid. We are going to have nitric 5 acid aqueous like that. Then we are going to get potassium nitrate. It is written like this: potassium nitrate aqueous, plus water, liquid, plus carbon dioxide gas. So check this equation is self-balanced. Next, we are going to have sodium hydrogen carbonate being heated. So when it is heated, we are going to get sodium carbonate plus water plus carbon dioxide. The question will be sodium hydrogen carbonate solid being heated. We are going to get sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is written like this: solid plus water, then liquid plus carbon dioxide gas. To balance the equation, we are going to put there 2. We are going to move. Next, we are having barium chloride plus sodium carbonate. So barium chloride is written like this: barium chloride is aqueous, plus sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is also aqueous. So when we react, we are going to get barium carbonate. Barium carbonate is solid, it's a precipitate, plus sodium chloride. So we are going to balance it by putting 2 here. So we are going to have aqueous. So that equation is balanced if you put 2 here. So here it's Na2CO3. Then number 2, we are told balance the following equations. So they have already written the chemical equation we are supposed to balance only. So check here, to balance it, we are going to put 2 here, and we are going to put 2 there. So it will be balanced like that. This one we are supposed to put 2 here. So there we are going to have 4 of hydrogen. So we are going to put 4 here. So if we put 4 here, so here we have 4 hydrogen, so I have to put 2 here. So I have 4 oxygen, I have 2 oxygen here, and I have 2 oxygen there. So it's balanced like that. So next, potassium oxide plus water, we get potassium hydroxide. I'm supposed to put 2 here, and the equation will be balanced: 2 of potassium, 2 of potassium, 2 of oxygen, that's 2 of oxygen, and also 2 hydrogen, that's 2 hydrogen. So sulfur plus oxygen, sulfur oxide, that equation is self-balanced. So we are supposed to write only. We are going to write sulfur solid plus oxygen gas. So we are going to get sulfur peroxide gas. Students, during the exam, if you see a question that's self-balanced, don't leave it like that, because the teacher may think that you are unable to attempt it. So you write it. Yeah. Okay, lastly, we are having lead 2 nitrate decomposed or heated. We are going to get here lead 2 oxide plus nitrogen peroxide plus oxygen. So to balance it, we are going to put 2 there. We are going to put there 2. We are going to put 4 here. It will become self-balanced like that. So learners, balancing a chemical equation is an important thing for you to know, because most of chemistry questions are having observation and also equations. So if you know equations, that's good. If you don't know, my friend, you are missing some concept that's very important for you to learn. Thereafter, we are going to go to extended question. That means you are supposed to try to attempt the following. So this is, you are told write the following word equations into chemical equation and balance them. Then you are told put the chemical state or the state symbols. So that is, we are going to go up to question number 10. So thereafter, you have been given the word equation. You are supposed to put it in a chemical equation. Next, we are going to start from number 12, number 18, like that. So if you try to do all these questions, that means you will be very perfect in balancing a chemical equation. We are going to go back to question 27 here. Okay. Thereafter, we are going to go to question 28, or like that. So kindly try on your own time. We are going to go up to question number 43. That is it. Question number 43. Then thereafter, we are going to start with the 44. And the question for 44 is like that. All this question you are supposed to write it in chemical equation, then you balance it. We go up to 58 here. Then thereafter we are going to have from 59. From 59, kindly check very well. We are going to go back at 71. Then from there we are going to go to 72. 72. We are going to go all the way to 86. Kindly try to attempt it. You will be very perfect in balancing a chemical equation. So we start 87 here. We go up to 100. So I've given you 100 questions of word so that you change it to chemical equation and you balance them. Here we're having another question, balance the equation below. So here you have been already written the chemical equation. You're supposed to balance them only. So there it is. From there we have in question 38. We start question up to 47, I mean. So this is 48. Okay. We'll go here up to 75. Then from 76 we have it here. 76 all the way to 104. So next we are going to have from 105. Check it very well. We have up to 133 here. Then here we have 134. All the way to 158. So if you do all those and they are very correct, that means you are done with balancing a chemical equation. That will be the end of our chapter 1. Next class we are going to say chapter 2, inshallah.